your success. It's about commitment. It's about perseverance. It's about staying for the long run. The challenge we have is, even though we take these actions, even though we committed to our success, life happens. And the reality about that is we actually feel very often, I'm doing what I need to be doing. I'm taking the actions I need to be taking, but it's not delivering the results. And I believe in instant popcorn and microwaves, and everything in my life must be now. That's the single challenge that you face. We feel like we're in a desert. We feel like we're doing everything we need to be doing. But what's the reality about a desert? It ends somewhere. If you just keep putting one foot in front of the other, and you keep heading in a definite direction, you have purpose, you have vision, you've got to get to the end of the desert at some point. And the same's true about these periods in your life that you get to where you feel, wow, I feel like nothing's happening for me. Yes, that's a reality. You're not alone. Everybody experiences that. So what you need to do is you need to accept, yes, there are going to be tough times. Yes, there are going to be challenges. Yes, there are going to be massive periods that I'm going to feel like I'm getting nowhere, that I'm going to feel like nothing's going right for me. That's the time that you need to say, I've planned for this. I've thought about this. In fact, I've expected this. And the wonderful thing about this is, it's arrived now. I'm one step closer. I'm one challenge closer to that success that I want. Mind shift. Shift the way you think. Change your thinking from the negative, where you're always challenging yourself, going, oh, this is tough, this is hard, this is going nowhere, to this is one step closer. This is another challenge. I expected this, I planned for this, I know it's here. Great, next, move on. That's how you create success. That's the difference between Richard Branson and Joe Soap. Joe Soap, you don't know him. You don't know him because he's done nothing with his life. He's been mediocre. He's been average. Not you. You now have awareness. You now have this intrinsic belief in yourself. You're creating habits. You're creating habits that are going to support you. You're creating habits that are going to create the very success that you desire. Those habits that are going to allow you to arrive at success one day, not even knowing how you got there. The effort comes in building the habits. The effort comes in the willpower to build the system. Once you have the system, everything else falls into place. So that's what I'm asking you to do, is to commit to introduce the system into your life. To commit to introduce the system until it becomes a habit in your life. And then you can do and be anything you want. You know, I constantly hear people and they say to me, I don't have enough time in my day. Well, yeah, absolutely, I agree. But have you ever looked at how much time you're actually wasting in your day? How much time gets used for the wrong purposes or just gets wasted? Like, for example, the average person spends about 500 hours a year in their car. I mean, that's a lot of time. That's equivalent to 2 semesters at university. What does the average person do? Well, they sit in their car, they drive to work, and they listen to music that fills their vessel with negative information. Or the 8 o'clock news comes on and they go, well, good day, this is the 8 o'clock news, and we'd like to let you know that there's been a car hijacking. 2 people have been murdered. What's happening here, guys? Your mind, your vessel is being filled with negative information that doesn't serve you. But think about this. It's what we call our mobile university. We get in our cars in the morning, we start driving, and we stick in an educational CD, or we stick in an inspirational DVD. That's going to inspire us, that's going to help us, that's going to make us better. Because what's life about? Life's about waking up today just a little bit better than I was yesterday. Because think about that. If I keep improving, I keep getting better, remember, Success is something I attract by the person I become. So as I become more, so I attract more. So as long as you're growing, and today I'm a little bit better than I was yesterday, what is that saying to me? Well, it's a no-brainer. It's saying, today I get to attract more success. Today I get to be more. Today I get to become more. So introduce that time in your car. Take away the negativeness and bring in the positiveness. Bring in the learning. Bring in the positive. Bring in the information that's going to fill your vessel with good information. Bring in the time that would have been wasted, not necessarily just wasted, but time that would have generally been used to fill your vessel with bad stuff. You're now bringing it in, and you're not filling yourself with bad information. You're using that time to introduce good, positive, developmental information that's going to help you become more. The challenge we have in life, one of the greatest challenges we have in life, is the exposure we have to technology. We're exposed to computers at work, computers at home, television at home, billboards everywhere we ride, radios in our cars. So what happens is we overwhelm ourselves with entertainment, and we underwhelm ourselves with education, because it's so easy just to arrive home after a long day at work and drop yourself down in front of the TV and vegetate there for a couple of hours, because it's easy. It takes a little bit of discipline to say, I'm going to take a little bit of time out of that entertainment time, and I'm going to introduce a little bit of educational time. I'm going to read a book. I'm going to listen to a CD. Maybe watch a DVD. Build, develop, create. As I said earlier, what if it is just an apple a day and you don't eat that apple? What if it is just that one book, Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich? And there was one concept in there that revolutionizes your life, that changes your life completely. But you didn't read that book. Are you prepared to take that chance? It's what I refer to as your EVE ratio, your entertainment versus education. The average person is about 500 hours of entertainment to 1 hour of education. All I see is a massive opportunity here for you. Because if you change that ratio and you reduce your amount of entertainment and you increase your amount of education, you're separating yourself from the herd. You're making yourself better. You're making yourself different. You're improving yourself. You're growing your abilities. So how about going from 500 to 1 to 50 to 1 to 5 to 1? So I'm not saying end your life and give up on entertainment. I'm not saying your life is now over and you are now an educational machine and you will spend. No. I'm saying change the ratio. Introduce more education. Introduce more inspiration. Introduce more opportunities for you to grow your skills, to grow your knowledge, and to apply your knowledge. And just reduce the amount of entertainment. Just reduce the amount of negative, wasted time that either does nothing for you or actually hurts you, because it's putting negativeness into your body. So just think about your ratio. Do a little experiment. Go home today and measure. How much time do I spend entertaining myself? And this is the tricky part is you wake up in the morning, the radio's going, entertainment. You go and read the newspaper in the morning, it's entertainment. You drive to work with the radio on, listening to whatever program you're listening to, it's entertainment. You probably spend about a third or 2/3 of your day shooting the breeze with your friends and your colleagues. It's entertainment. You come home, you vegetate in front of the television. It's entertainment. You are spending the vast majority of your day filling your vessel, filling your life with pointless information. So my challenge to you is to go have a look at it. First of all, just have a look at it and say, my goodness, is that how much time I'm actually spending doing it? And then look at ways to maybe not push the snooze button in the morning, but to wake up and invest that 10 or 15 or 20 minutes into reading a book that's going to make a difference in your life. To getting home at night and instead of dropping down in front of the couch, sit and read a book for 30 minutes. Listen to a CD. Pop that CD into your car while you're driving. Use your time more efficiently and more effectively and look to change that EVE ratio. Reduce the amount of entertainment and increase the amount of education. What a golden opportunity to make yourself better, to make yourself different. Why not you? What do you think the most dangerous nation in the world is? Yes, people probably go and they choose a Eastern Bloc country or South Africa. Well, I challenge you. The most dangerous nation in the world lives inside us. It's called procrastination. You need to fight that ingrained ability because I'm well, not anymore. I've learned. I could have written a book on procrastination. I was so good at it, I didn't even know I was procrastinating myself. I even fooled myself for a very long time. Are you fooling yourself? Are you pretending to be doing what you need to be doing just to get through your day? Do you get home at night and go, I was so busy today, I cannot tell you, I never had a free moment. Yeah, but I was in unnecessary meetings where I sat looking at my mobile phone with my emails and SMSs and things all day. I spent most of my day being interrupted by people. I've avoided the difficult tasks. I've avoided the really impossible, challenging things in my day. Are you doing the same thing? Are you avoiding doing what you know you need to do because it's hard, because it's tough? Well, how do we break this horrible thing called procrastination? Well, you know, there's that little saying that goes, when you arrive, when you start your day, eat that big frog first. Because once you get that thing out the way, that horrible, difficult, challenging task out the way, the rest of the day is an absolute breeze. Then break things back into bite-sized chunks. Don't allow yourself to tackle your day and look at the things and go, wow, this is really, really difficult and I can't do it. Well, break it back into bite-sized, achievable outcomes that you can actually do throughout the day. And one of the best ways to kind of force yourself to do the things you don't want to do is to bring on an accountability partner. Somebody other than yourself that you're accountable to. And I'm not saying a policeman. I'm saying a friend, a spouse, a colleague that you can say, this is what I'm wanting to achieve. Why don't we phone ourselves? Why don't we phone each other on a Friday afternoon and we say, how did you go this week? How did you perform against what you said you would last week? It's amazing. I have an accountability partner and we phone each other every Friday. Amazing how much stuff I get done on a Thursday because I don't want to phone David and say, listen, I've done nothing this week. It puts that extra additional element of he doesn't really care, but I don't want to go back. I don't want to be the guy that doesn't achieve what I said I'm going to achieve. It does two things. One, it forces me to think about what I'm going to do. And two, it puts a measurement there that at the end of the week, somebody else wants to hear about what I've done. It makes me take that little bit extra action. It makes things just that little bit easier for me to achieve. So try to introduce those couple of ideas on trying to break procrastination, because that's going to make your life a lot more successful. It's going to make you find the time to be able to bring that time into your agenda. Time that you were wasting before. Time that you were using to avoid doing the stuff you know you needed to do. And it brings it in and makes it an empowering experience.